Sorry, folks, you're going to have to sit through one more. And I'm referring to this stupid power outage. But there I was, laying in bed last night, got to bed early because today's a truck day at the grocery store. Yeah, I'm still there, but it's okay. Thinking, we personally had a week, power outage, cold weather. Did all right. But what the heck? I can't imagine, how horrible it must be for the people that go through hurricanes. You Southerners know what I'm talking about. My gosh, aren't there people that are still upended in North Carolina after all this time? I mean, we still have our house. It wasn't knocked over. It wasn't washed away in a flood or anything. So the only thing that we had to concern ourselves with was basically staying warm and eating, which in the greater scheme of things, I'm sorry, is not that much, for a week, compared to having your life upended, your house destroyed, flooding, just catastrophic damage for months on end. So we did all right. Cautionary tale, I was at the grocery store, and we were the only game in town, in the territories for a while, running off a giant generator, is that some days were like Dawn of the Dead. I mean, just because it was just so packed and the panic shopping and everything. So it was hard. That was a hard week at work. And hopefully the ordering system and everything is almost back to normal. It's insane. I am beat the F up. I had a day off yesterday that was spent maintaining our life enhancing devices, changing the oil, new spark plug, getting the generator fixed and up and running, and maintenance on the kerosene heaters and all that. Reorganizing our garage, because the first thing you do is tear everything apart looking for what you need, unless it's in a logical spot, not buried under a bunch of other stuff. And so, cautionary tale, always have your equipment that's necessary maintained in an orderly spot, and check it once in a while. Because my cautionary tale is about one of my older customers. She's like, "Hi, Jen." She's just the sweetest little old lady, And she's like, "How are you doing?" I go, "Doing all right. We made it through okay. Power came on yesterday. I think this was Saturday I saw her. Some people still don't have the power out. In fact, in Sheboygan County, there's still shelter in place because of all the trees down. National Guard is up there, I believe. But I said, "How are you doing?" And she was like, "Horrible, just horrible." They had invested in a full house Generac, one of these big, it kicks on when you need it kind of generators. And I'm guessing here, but you probably spent $8,000-9,000 just for the unit, and then who knows how many other thousands of dollars for the electricians and the people that hook up the natural gas to it to run it. Their battery was dead. It did not work. They spent, let's just say, $12,000 to get this peace of mind going. The battery wasn't good. Maintenance, checking on it, making sure it runs. I'm surprised they didn't notice it, because these things cycle every so often just so they don't freeze, lock up. But the poor things invested all that money, and it's probably the only time they will need it or have needed it, and it didn't run. So I did. Yesterday, my day off, my first day off in a while, because of the apocalypse, and I say that joking, it's not an apocalypse, it's just kind of a pain in the butt. Although some people really suffered. I maintained everything and put everything in its place, and all the fluid containers are in one logical place, and they're all going to be filled. I don't care that it's coming in the summer. I'm going to have 15 gallons of K1 kerosene. I'm going to put new... And I ordered this stuff too. I'm going to put new, wicks on my kerosene heaters. I'm going to have a range of oil for my generator, because if it's below 0, it's a certain weight of oil. If it's 0 to 32, it's a certain weight. And if it's above 32, it's another weight. Just plain old 30 weight. I'm going to have all this stuff prepared. And as God is my witness, as Scarlett O'Hara said, I'm never going to be like without. Now I'm going to get a 5-gallon jerry can. I'm going to order that when I get home tonight because gasoline is not as stable as kerosene. You can argue with me, but I believe this. So it's going to be in a 5-gallon steel can. Believe it or not, gas doesn't last as long in plastic as it does in steel. You can quote me on that. You know, so that's where we are. I get the weekend off. I've got today, tomorrow, and Fridays. I get the weekend off. It's bow time because it's going to be warm. I can get caught up on stuff. And then proceed with my master plan of my business plan. And it's going to be highly regulated. It's going to be smart. And it's going to be basically boiled down to 2, possibly 3 products that I'm just going to produce and I'm just going to sell them. That's the way it's going to be. They're going to be nice bows. They're going to be good bows. I can't afford to spend extra time on stuff. You know, I need to zero this down to like 47 pounds at 28.5 inches kind of thing. I'm going to make them. They're going to be a good weight. They're going to be good bows, and I'm going to sell them just like that. Because gotta make up for this turmoil we went through. And also buy more equipment for the next possible power failure. Fortunately, keep the garage clean on a chilly night. My kerosene heaters aren't a waste of money or the kerosene because I can just keep cycling it, just fire it up in the garage here. They are safe, BTW. You keep them maintained, you're not going to die of carbon monoxide, you're not going to blow the house up. They're safe. Consider them. Research kerosene heaters. I'm running into so many people that are frightened of them. Oh, you're going to have a generator, which I found can break down. I mean, think about how delicate these things are, and you might be trying to start them on a minus 10 degree night, whereas just hit the kerosene heater with a lighter. You're not going to die if you have a kerosene heater that's properly maintained in your house. You're going to be warm. What else am I going to say? Prayers and good wishes go out to the people that are still suffering in North Carolina and the people that are still suffering, you know, here, because it's cold. It's probably colder in northern Michigan than it is in North Carolina. And when you don't have heat and you can't move sheltering in place, it can be pretty darn cold. Is that everything I'm going to say? Let's do a time check here. 25 after, I'm good. Yeah, and there's some confusion. This is kind of the extra bit. I was produce manager at a grocery store. Didn't care for it. But I started getting good at it, so it was easier near the end. Wound up getting another job and despised my coworker. Going into work every day was horrible because she is such a troll. Such a troll. And I said, I'm not going to do this. I would rather work at a job that's kind of, I don't know, not my line of work, with people I really like. Every single person there I really like. We're a tight-knit little community. Than going to a job where I just hate my coworker. I'm sorry to use that H word, but she's horrible. I'm too old to be treated like I'm stupid. So I went back. And you know the funny thing is, I passed my food manager safety test. I am now certified for 5 years by the state of Michigan, and I'm getting good at my job, so it's actually pleasant now. And when I was at the other place, I was sitting here thinking, I'm unfamiliar with this. I don't like this. I'm familiar with the grocery store. There's no surprises. I'm doing a good job. And again, I'm basically autonomous. Nobody picks on me. Nobody tells me what to do. You know, and you have to put a good value on that. And I got a bonus from last year. You know, and I'm going to get a big bonus next year. So, you know, you can't always pick and choose. The only reason I didn't like it was I came from natural resources, trail management, you know, to a grocery store, and retail is foreign, but now I'm used to it. Yeah, it's okay. But I'll tell you, I'm old. Dark pert near 64. Got to use that. Pert near 64. And it's a hard job, so it wears me out. But again, the better I get, the easier it's going to be and more automatic. Now ordering, for example, I could do that in my sleep. I can anticipate the buying patterns now. I am the king of cabbage, the prince of parsley. It's going to be okay. Always be optimistic. Well, in that regard, I shall say adieu. Thank you for watching, my loyal viewers. Yep, that's all.